Our Computex 2026 coverage wouldn't be possible without our sponsors Dell Alienware, Montech, NZXT, and Cooler Master. Be sure to show them some love via the description. Oh, hey there. Welcome to Taipei, Taiwan. We've been here many times before, so for some of you who have watched over the years, this is not a new place, but every time we visit, we just get super excited. This is actually where I met my wife, Lisa, who's behind the camera. She's gonna be a big help this weekend. I very much appreciate her. She's, of course, been in tech for several years. She's been an esports player, and she loves computers too. So it's really cool that we met the way we did. She worked for a company that hired us, and now we're married, and we have 2 kids and a mortgage. So yeah, this place is very special to us, and we're thankful that you guys click on these videos because it's just super encouraging. This is a special location in particular, where we are. This is sort of like the tech mecca, if you will. Off to my left is the Guanghua Digital Plaza. There's a bunch of very concentrated stores in this building. It's very colorful on the outside, but on the inside, as you'll see shortly, there are like motherboard shops, CPU shops, graphics card shops. We're gonna do a bit of shopping ourselves and see what the prices look like. Now off to my right is the, totally forgot the name of that one. I'll be right back. Sintrend, that's it. And this cool looking store has a ton of more big box brands, so like Samsung, Huawei, others you'll find in here. That's not the only stuff that you'll find in this building, but it is really nice to have both of these next to each other. I mean, you could shop here all day as a PC enthusiast, and you'll find that the prices, some of them are interesting, some of them are a little more typical, unfortunately, in this market. But we are going to do a deep dive into both of these buildings in this video and try to find some deals, if that's possible, in 2026. I mean, even just half a block down, you can see we've got a huge Gigabyte logo here. I think it's really funny. They actually put this just above an ROG store. You can see we've got an Acer store right there, a Logitech store just next to that. We've got MSI, Intel, Lenovo, a KFC, you know, for when you're getting hungry in between shopping sprees. There's just so much to love about this city. This country is beautiful. I enjoy coming here every single year. I don't speak a lick of Mandarin. I don't know any other language other than English for the most part. My wife speaks like 5, so it's great having her here for that as well. But folks actually speak a fair amount of English, even just like these random hole-in-the-wall places. Folks are super friendly. And again, this country is just beautiful. The only thing that sucks about Taiwan is actually getting here, because from Florida, it's like a 24-hour total travel time. I never look forward to that. No idea what she said.
One of my favorite things about Taiwan is, of course, the soup dumplings, especially from Din Tai Fung. It's not an ad. And my bobas.
Wow, it's super loud by this roadside. But check it out, there's even a line of folks waiting to get into Sintrend. We still got 30 minutes to go, and folks are already sitting outside. I'm not sure what for, if that's normal or not, but it just goes to show how dedicated folks are, how passionate they are about their tech. If you're curious, this is what the sign out front translates to. I don't know what any of this stuff is. I mean, Vivo, right? I know what that is. Far East Tone. I don't know if this is all translating the way that it's supposed to, but if you know what this is, then maybe the line makes sense. It is finally time, 11 o'clock. Let's go inside. We'll go inside Sintrend first because I wanted to show you what's available there. I don't expect we'll find any deals. A lot of this stuff is retail, it's new. So check that out. Over there, we've got a Motorola setup. We've got an Honor store. Right here, we've got like a premium Apple reseller. So like an iStore or something, not an official Apple store, but a place where you can buy Apple products. And then you've got Samsung right next to it, which of course, they're like, you know, hardcore rivals. So it makes sense they'd be right there. Off to the other side, you've got an ROG setup, which isn't actually in use right now. You see something's probably gonna go there around Computex time. We're a little early, it's about a day or two before Computex officially starts, so that's why this looks the way that it does. You know, I don't exactly know what that line was for out front because I don't see that line in the store. Maybe it was just folks that just wanted to get in here early, I don't know. There's an Oppo store, something you'd not see in the US. But there you go. Ooh, and check it out, right behind me, there's an ROG store. So laptops, you've got desktops, even cell phones you could buy in a store like this. And these are things you just wouldn't see in the States. It's really cool to have all of this around you, really in one spot in Taiwan. Now we're on to the second floor. Let's see what they have here. Logitech off to the right. Looks like a bunch of mice, keyboards, kind of a smaller setup, but at least it's there. Dell Technologies. Or can we do something with Alienware in a future video while we're in Taiwan. And then look at that. Logitech again right next to them. So you have Logitech on both sides, and this one looks much more official. Oh, check it out. It's a sim rig right there. That looks pretty cool. And check that out, baby. This is actually based in Tokyo this time around. We were just in Japan before traveling here for Computex. Figured while we were in the area, might as well visit a cool country. Yeah, this is awesome. All right, enough of driving like a lunatic. Let's see what else is in this building. Look at the detail you get in some of these setups. I mean, this is just for an iPhone. You get all these like lens covers and things, and then you get these screen protectors, it looks like, up top as well. I mean, this is just stuff you don't see back home. The level of detail, the scrutiny for individual accessories like this, and the display itself just so elegant. And this is just, again, one tiny section of one floor of one building here. Super big ASUS store here. You know what's funny too is there's really nothing stopping a lot of these, like, kind of, I don't want to call them pop-ups, they're just small setups, small shops, from positioning themselves like right next to each other. I mean, there was an ROG store literally right below this. Why would it make sense for ASUS to have a store right above an ROG store? Why not just merge the two, right? It's what you find here. And if I walked right across the street, there would be another smaller ASUS store or an ASUS authorized reseller. So it's not surprising here. It's actually pretty cool because it gives you a chance to shop more before making a decision on what you want to buy. We've got a selection of Corsair keyboards and mice here. I'm not even sure what store this is a part of. It's kind of just another pop-up, but again, you can see a pretty decent selection. You got a setup here, you can kind of test them out. Just kind of feel each one of these. Got a carbon fiber finish on that one. And the prices. Now, you see a lot of these prices, right? The conversion here is about 30, 31-ish to 1. So for every 31 Taiwanese dollars you spend, that's equivalent to about $1 US. So you can do some quick math. That's $6,000 there. If you divide by 30, that's, what, is that $200? Is that right? 200 bucks? $200 mouse? Corsair, what we doing? Whew. Yeah, it's 191 US dollars. That's an expensive mouse. Look at that, cherry keyboards. I would love to have a keyboard with like the, I don't know if this is like the Mandarin alphabet or what you would call that. Baby, you would know this. But just those, yeah, those signs there, that'd be so cool. I would never use them, but it just looks baller. So I'd want to take one home just for that. But you see, the prices here aren't anything special. Like, you're not gonna find deals on this side for the most part. It's the other building I wanna check out. So this takes us to the Guanghua Digital Plaza. I keep forgetting the names. Guanghua, I think, is what it's called. And they actually give us a bridge that connects the two on the 3rd floor. Wow, that smells good. What's that smell? I'm super hungry already. So again, this side of the building is going to be a bit more, I don't want to say disorganized, but it's going to be a lot smaller stores just kind of like right next to each other, stacked up. And I think that's great from a shopper's perspective. I think it's awesome that you have this many choices in one building. So it's very centralized in that sense. But are the prices any good? This is gonna be a bit tough to film. I'm gonna do my best. Lisa is as well, but it's a little obvious with a big camera. So I might have some footage captured with my phone. We might have to do some voiceovers as well. But I wanna give you guys an idea of what it's like to PC shop in a place like Taiwan. Oh wow, so they've got a ton of graphics cards and motherboards in this store. Whoa, 5060 Ti's, looks like 3050s, 5060s, 5070s, 9070 XTs. Wow, there are so many here. Some 5080s up top as well. So this is a 9950X 3D, and it's priced at, well, they don't even have the price on there. Not sure if that's a good sign. 9950X 3D 2, so brand new, 33,980 Taiwan dollars. So that's about $1,000, maybe a little more than that. So again, it's not really a deal, but it gives you an idea of what some of the newer CPUs are costing nowadays on this side of the planet. Yeah, I mean, there's a ton to choose from, but specialty chips like that X3D2 there are not cheap. Wow, an RTX 4090 Supreme, right? 24 gig card for 61,990 Taiwan dollars. That's a lot. I think that comes out to roughly $2,000. Some of the stuff isn't even open right now. It would be way more if all of these stores were open. Some of them might open after lunch. They tend to be a little more laxed when it comes to opening times on this side of the planet. Even in Japan, where we were prior to this, like a lot of stores don't open until like 11 or 12, and then they tend to close around 8 or 9 p.m. Most don't stay open late. Let's see what's behind floor number 2. Here's another big one. Now they're listing all their prices up top again. So see if we can give you a bit of a cue. Looks like they also sell packages, which is cool. So for example, just a random one I just came across. $39,900 Taiwanese dollars for an Intel Core i5-14400, 16 gigs of DDR4 or 1 terabyte SSD, Windows 11, and an RTX 5060 with a 650 watt power supply. Looks like you can build an entire PC with that bundle for around 40,000 Taiwanese dollars. Looks like they have RTX 5080s for just under 60,000 Taiwanese dollars. So it's around what, 1,800 bucks or so. I don't see any much higher than that. For some reason, I'm struggling to find Radeon cards. I don't know why. They have a ton of NVIDIA cards listed, but very few Radeon ones. Like let's see, this is a bare bones rig here. So it'd be an R5 3400G, so an APU with an A520 motherboard, 16 gigs of DDR4, half a terabyte NVMe, a 400 watt power supply. I'm assuming a case is also included in that. I don't speak Chinese, but I'm assuming that's in the list as well. That's 17,300 Taiwanese dollars. Here's a bundle from a different store with an RX 9070 XT in it. So it's a 16 gig Radeon card, a pretty high end one from them at that. 850 watt power supply, 1 terabyte NVMe, 16 gigs by 2 of DDR5. So that's 32 in total, and a 9900X for 54,000 Taiwanese dollars. I was curious about storage prices. This shop has, let's say, it looks like a 240 gig SSD for about 1,600 Taiwanese dollars. A 480 gig, these are 2.5 inch drives, mind you, 2,500 Taiwanese dollars. But for other drives, especially higher end ones, it says if you need, ask it. So if you need to know the price, you have to ask the price, but they don't have the prices listed. One thing that's surprising me so far is just how many NVIDIA graphics cards there are in this building. There are so many and somehow so few Radeon cards. I'm sure there were a number of reasons why. I was just expecting, I guess, more of an even distribution, but if it tells you anything about the market over here, they love NVIDIA. The pricing, I definitely want to get out there, because if you're thinking that prices are better in other places, chances are that's probably not the case. In fact, for a lot of my viewers in the US, you'll find that even though our prices suck, they suck even harder elsewhere. Whew. All right, we're getting hungry, but I want to show you one more place before we wrap this one up. It's actually something I hinted at earlier in this video. There's a street right around the corner that is just filled with smaller shops, Asus, MSI, Gigabyte, Logitech, and more. I want to quickly browse by those. I don't think we can film in them, but I just want to see if we can find maybe better deals on the street. This is such a cool spot. Look at this, right on a street corner. Tons of ROG laptops, like just right here. You could just walk 5 steps from the street and you've got laptops everywhere. And then right next to it, you've got a place to eat. That actually looks pretty good. We've got an MSI shop and looks like an eatery that's like super crowded right now. That's probably a good place to eat. So you've got some Acer stuff in that one. We've got a Burger King, and right next to it, a 7-Eleven, which you'll find on literally every Taipei street corner. Oh, that's pretty fancy. I wonder if this is like a repair shop or something. Like graphics cards, cool PC advertised on the walls. Wow, I mean, just look at that. I don't know if you can get that shop without me in it, but that is so cool. That's a Montech billboard next to an ROG billboard. Actually, Montech is one of our Computech sponsors. That's really cool. I mean, there's so much money, time, and effort that goes into advertising in a place like this, where it really matters, the culture and the tech. They fuse so nicely here. And it's one of the reasons why Computech is in Taiwan every single year, because the locals are passionate about it. You see that in the lines outside of stores hours before they open. You see that in the number of stores there are. I mean, just show them across the street here. You've got MSI, Brother, good old KFC. You've got Cooler Master there. Asus, behind the bush, you've got LG and more. I mean, this is just unheard of in the States. I love it. I love the atmosphere here. The tech scene is just on point. Is it okay if I look? Is it okay? RTX 5070 Ti's, 5070s, 5060 Ti's, 5060s. A lot of graphics cards. Wow, look at these 5080s just sitting on the shelf. How about cases even? So Fractal Design cases, some Cooler Master cases, Lee & Lee's. That's cool. So here you go, Lancool 217 for about 2,500 Taiwanese dollars. Fractal North for 5,290 Taiwanese dollars. Looks like a Thermalright Frozen Warframe, 240 mil. with an LCD. Is that an LCD on this? For 2,790 Taiwanese dollars. So let's see, this is a 16 gig kit of DDR5. They don't have a price. Let's see. Do you know price for 16 gig DDR5? You know how much? If I had to guess, 16 gigs of DDR5 here, 5,600 megahertz or mega transfers, 7,500. That is 239 US dollars. I just off the cuff. It's very expensive now, but in the States, it's also very expensive. In USA, oh, it's very, very expensive. Do you have DDR4 in here?
DDR4.
Oh, perfect. Okay. DDR4. So a 16 gig, 3200 megahertz DDR4 kit for 4,600 Taiwanese dollars. Let's see. 4,600, 146 bucks. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, that's tough. I love the selection. You have a lot of very cool stuff in here. I love the computer cases and the fans and even the graphics cards and stuff too. There's a lot of cool stuff in here. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much. All right. Bye-bye. It's actually not bad. I mean, I know the prices suck. Like all around they suck, right? But even he acknowledges that. He knows they're crazy right now. I just wonder if that's impacting the rest of his business. It has to, right? I mean, if DRAM's expensive, that trickles down to every other product. If you can't incentivize folks to build a new system that relies on DDR5, they're just going to stick with DDR4. They might not want to upgrade anything else, and that could affect motherboard sales. We've already seen that in the last few months. Motherboard vendors have reported massive sales declines, CPU sale declines, graphics cards, and that's a whole other story, but same thing. Nobody's enthusiastic about those. That's very cool of him, though, to be upfront about all the prices. He had a big spreadsheet of all of his DRAM, and a lot of it was expensive. But I think compared to the US, it wasn't too surprising. This is a very clean ASUS store. You can just like pivot and show them inside what it looks like. You see very clean, and again, it's just right off the street. So this one's advertising RTX 5070s, TIs, 5080s, and even 5090s in here. That is pretty dope. RTX 5090s. Oh yeah, so big selection in here. They have two white ROG Astral 5090s. These things look awesome. It'd be so cool to have these for a white build. Do you know how much for PC? For sorry?
For PC.
Oh yeah, no, I know. But do you know how much money cost? I pull out my currency translator. 140,000. Okay, thank you. 140,000 new Taiwanese dollars. That's $4,466. That's not totally unheard of, even where I live. So, yep. Thank you very much. Thank you. Wow. I just think it's cool that they even have them. Looks like they had actually 3 in there, 2 white ones. I think it's absolutely crazy that just like on a side of a street, like the one you just saw, you could buy a $4,500 graphics card. Like, that's just not, you just can't do that in the States. I mean, maybe, yeah, Facebook Marketplace, like secondhand used cards all day, but to be able to buy a new one, like across the street from a Burger King, that's, I envy this country. That is so cool. Even if I'm not in the market for an RTX 5090, and I probably won't be anytime soon, the idea that I could is just so cool. And I think on that bombshell, $4,500 for an RTX 5090. I think that's where we're gonna call it. We're in an alley that has tons of food and tons of tech. The perfect combo. Look at that. Beef noodles right there. Beef noodles right next to an ASUS shop. It's literally right next to it. God, I love Taipei. And if there's one other thing I've learned about Taipei, it's that their residents love their mopeds. There's just lines upon lines of these things. I guess it's like an economical way to get around here. And you have to kind of be aware while you're walking on roads like these, because one will just rip down out of nowhere, and that wouldn't be fun. I'd like to get home in one piece. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you, Lisa, for filming this one. And let me know what you think about the prices down in the comment section below. Now it's time to get something to eat. I'll see you in the next one.